was once a country called India, with Indian food and a railway. A railway is one of India's likings. It has steam engines, but there were giant ones that were scrapped. They kept one blue engine that was in service still. All that is, except Ashima. Ashima was a tank engine. She was in service still too, because she runs a branch line. Since she was away from her country, she remembered Sodor, but had no time to look at Thomas's branch line. India does have Thomas toys when its country people visit local shops that find which engine they like. Ashima smiled. She knew her new friend when Thomas helped her to a ship that would take her home. One night, Ashima couldn't sleep for thinking. And the thing that she was thinking was that no one ever told her about Australia, which was called in two nicknames, Down Under and Oz Sodor or Tasman Sodor. Whoever would like to visit Australia? She thought. No wonder I don't have many more adventures except to Sodor and England. In the morning, her driver came up to her. There's this YouTube series called Percy, the Small Engine and Friends, with many more, Ashima, he said. The railway board told me you want to change. You can still visit our country to run your branch line. He added one last bit. Your new home is Tasman Sodor. Oh, that's nice, sir, said Ashima. Will we need a boat? No, we're going by track, said the driver. I've brought us travel records so as to let the Fat Controller know who we are. He looked at the sky. It's only 5 a.m., which means we'll go at the moon hour. What do you mean, going by track? Asked Ashima. There's been an unsolved case about engines going to Tasman Sodor, the driver explained. It's been created by Nightmare Moon, a black pony. There's a tunnel that's in the woods, just up the hill, he went on. We'll go along the hidden top. Before he lit a fire, he lastly said, I've got something else to tell you too. I'm a friend of Tom, who is now an English orphan. I'm one too, after my parents died in a plane crash. Oh dear, said Ashima. I've been hearing radio say about him. He visited our country and he befriended you to make things easier. That's what just happened months and years ago, said the driver. Tom visited school in secret because he caused a search war. Luckily for us, there isn't one here. Well, the school that wants to know about my days in an orphanage will create it. What's your secret? Asked Ashima. I'm respectable and can pretend to not let anyone know except my friends I made. The secret is, I'm a wizard. I learned from it at first with math, and it just so happened that I felt rather unhappy, not liking to live in an orphanage that I thought would help. But I hated it. Ashima had a thought. Kids go to school, so did her driver go to it? You don't mean, driver, she said. You don't really mean you escaped the orphanage and was visiting the school in secret? With life issues, yes, I have. So I'm needing to find Tom. Don't worry though, a pony will drive you. My travel to America needs to be a secret, so just pretend you didn't see me. All right then, said Ashima. But would another driver drive me? My brother will. He's been here for years and knows very well with what's going on. Ashima felt convinced, so was ready to make the secret trip for driver. His name is Boggle Woggle, and he was a new refugee when being a wizard. Nobody knows he was one till when he was asleep in bed, Nightmare Moon was telling him this message, that he should live with anyone in hiding, as long as he or she follow the law. Ashima got her fire lit. Boggle Woggle oiled her workings, polished her, then took her to the water tower. When it was full, Ashima steamed quietly away, leaving her home. She came to the hill where the blue engine went and found the hidden top. Boggle looked around for any sign of the police cars. He knew the school didn't know about his unplanned visits to what whom he could find, because Harry Potter, he remembered, shared the invisibility cloak with Tom, and he gave it to him. You'll have to give it back to Harry. He's needing it back after this trip to the manor in the Canadian woods, said Boggle. Who's he? A wizard, like me, and he's been in many tights like I am. No time to explain his story you read to me once. The moon's going down. The moon, not in the sky, was their worry. The sun would blow their cover. Ashima steamed into the woods. The top insides were big, and the trees hid her out of sight. Ashima stopped to have some thoughts. Yes, there was something in the back of her mind telling her that there was a new and very important wisdom. If engines help orphans with life issues and secrets, they would not get involved, so another wouldn't spread danger to anyone. Come to think of it, how many orphans with life issues were in hiding, even though they follow law? She remembered Boggle telling her, meaning they like him want to have life all good, with nobody after them. Oh dear, thought Ashima. If I go in America exposed, any news would ask me questions about my involvement. Boggle, who heard her thoughts about her traveling America, was thinking the same thing. Ashima continued on. At last, she came to the tunnel never used for years. Boggle looked around again. No sign of the police helicopters, he said. They moved quietly, just to not make a single sound. Boggle had muted Ashima's chuffing. There was a worm tunnel when she went through. Everything was blue, and she went twisting and turning all about. Scratch my fancy paints, she cried. This wasn't told to me from Thomas before. My goodness, it's like a roller coaster, said Boggle. Don't talk to me. I think I'm going to be sick. When the ride was finished, Ashima found herself in where Boggle wanted to live in. Oh, she exclaimed. This must be it. Canada, said Boggle. We'll soon find the manor. Wait a minute. I need to have myself unexposed. I'll put the cloak on you just so your safety can grow strong. He put the cloak on Ashima and started driving her invisible. You best take it off before you leave, he said. And if the sheriff meets you, show him your travel records. Right. They passed the village and through more trees. The route was covered so cleverly that it would make the spying hard for any police helicopter. Soon they came to the manor. Thanks for the lift, said Boggle. Good luck getting to Tasman Sodor. You too, said Ashima. I'll take this off when I'm out of the woods. She watched her first driver for a minute. Then, once he was out of sight, she went to find a water tower before continuing her journey.